the best of everything. And so Jean, let me give sharing power here.
Yes, if I could have the power, that would be fantastic.
Yes. And why can't I? Maybe I don't have the power. All right, hold on one moment. All right.
I have the power. I think I just did it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, she does have the power.
All right.
You all see that? We're good. Perfect. Let me just make my tiles bigger. I like to always see people when I'm presenting on Zoom. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Jean Wilwohl. As you indicated, I'm the Director of Housing here at Longwood. I've been at Longwood for about 14 years now. I think it's a really special place. I'm somebody who came from the north up in Pennsylvania, and I've stayed here ever since. I really do love these events where I get to connect with parents and students and helping people with something that I know is very important to you and your student, which is where are they going to live? What's campus life going to be like? Of course, classes are very important, but I also know that two of the things that students oftentimes and families oftentimes are worried about or anxious about before coming to school is, am I going to make friends? And you will. Trust me. The Honors College is fantastic with their retreat and everything that they do to support our students and all our other offices on campus. Who's my roommate going to be? Yet again, we're going to get you paired up with somebody that you want to live with. And who are my suite mates going to be? All those things. So I'm going to talk about those things this morning. So I know how important those things are to families. So we spend a lot of time on these housing assignments for students. I work very closely with Jessie, who is awesome in the Honors College. So she will assist with a survey that will go out to the honors students in the summer, early summer. For those students that choose that they want to live in Wheeler, we will work together with them to assign those students to spaces there. Honor students also have the option to choose to live in a different residence hall. And they're still fully participating in the Honors College, the retreat and everything if they choose a different hall, but they do have that option. One of the questions that I often get is, can an honor student live in Wheeler with a non-honors roommate? The answer is yes. So if your student found somebody that's coming to Longwood that they want a room with and they're not part of the Honors College, they can do that in Wheeler. They can do that in a different residence hall as well. So we have enough space to accommodate that. So no worries there on that. So that's a common question I get. So I just wanted to answer that one right from the beginning. But at Longwood, we really do consider this the home for both the students and the parents. Definitely, I'm somebody who is very available to students. And it's something that I've been very intentional about. I think if you go to other schools, you may not even know who the director of housing is. Like, you've got to talk to like 5 other people before you can talk to that person. But I email directly with students all the time. I talk to them on the phone. I talk to parents on the phone all the time. It's one of the things I really love about the size of Longwood, that, you know, I can be in a position where I'm the director of housing, but I can still have direct contact with students and parents whenever they want to get a hold of me. I'm very much available. So you'll see we have our email address there and our phone number. So if you think of any questions after today, feel free to contact us. We're glad to answer any questions along the way. So we're going to talk about a few different things this morning, just to hopefully answer a lot of questions that you might have about housing and the campus experience. So just to start off with, I'm going to do a brief tour of some of our residence halls. So Wheeler Hall, that is where if students choose that they want to live within the Cormier Honors College and stay in Wheeler Hall, there are opportunities for students to do that. We have plenty of space to be able to accommodate any honor student that would like to live in Wheeler Hall. The Wheeler Hall was recently renovated. So it, you know, all of our residence halls have a newer feel to them. We don't have any of those residence halls on campus that look like 1960. Okay, we do not have community bathrooms. All of our halls are suite style, where it's 2 double rooms that share a bathroom. There's opportunities if a student would prefer a single room, we can accommodate that as well. So they're a very comfortable environment for our students. I'll tell you that from when I went to school. Everything is air conditioned, elevators. We just redid the main lobby in Wheeler Hall last summer, brand new furnishings from a very nice furniture place called Greenfront. If you're familiar with Virginia, it's more expensive furniture than I have in my own house. Okay, so it's really, really nice. A great place for students. Johns Hall and Moss Hall are the two tallest buildings you probably see as you drive into the town. They've been renovated over the past couple of years. They've got that same furnishings in the lobbies and everything from Greenfront. And so that's an option for students as well if they would prefer to be in a larger community over there. The great part about Wheeler is, you know, you've got 4 floors in there. It is a smaller community. Some students would prefer a larger community, and that's okay. That's why we have options for everyone on campus. I really feel like we have something that can meet every student's needs within our housing because it is so diverse, and we've spent a lot of time and money keeping our housing top notch and looking very, very nice and modern for our students. So Moss Hall is right next to Johns. If you've been in Johns, you've been in Moss. They are mirror images of one another. They look exactly the same. We have 2 other smaller buildings on campus, one Register Hall, Sharp Hall. These were built about 2016, so close to 6 years ago now. But these 2 buildings are right next to the library on campus. Johns and Moss are over next to the rec center, our state-of-the-art fitness center that we have here on campus. And so if you are interested in Register and Sharp Hall, those are 2 smaller halls as well, 4 floors, just like Wheeler has 4 floors in it, and they're all suite style. Like Sharp and Register are mirror images of each other, just like Johns and Moss. So if you've been in one building, you've been in both buildings. Just briefly talk about Stubbs, because that's an option for upperclassmen students. This is traditionally housed a number of our sororities here on campus and their chapter rooms. So just know after your first year, that's an option. We have 2 apartment communities that are an option for students after their first year. We have one at Longwood Landings and we have one at Lancer Park. So just in the interest of time, I'm not going to go too much into them just because that's an option after your first year if you prefer apartment living. You can also, after your first year, still reside on campus, whether it's in Wheeler as part of the Honors College or in another residence hall. So a lot of options for our students. Meal plans. So on our website, we have our housing and rate chart for next year, so you can take a look at that. But just wanted to let you know that students living in the residence halls, they would choose from the all access meal plan, and then they can tailor their meal plan with the amount of bonus dollars they want to have with their meal plan. And the bonus dollars can be used at the alternate dining locations we have on campus. So we have a Chick-fil-A, we have a Moe's, there's a Starbucks, Alba Pond, Farm Grill, Panda Express, a sushi place. There is way more here than any of us ever had when we went to school. And then of course we have the main dining hall, the all you can eat main dining hall. So lots of options for students, lots of places they can gather with other people to have their meals or grab and go, whatever fits with their schedule. So I did mention a lot of the places that we have here. We also have kind of a grab and go place over in the library called the Comma. So if you're over there studying, you don't have to leave and go somewhere else to get food if you're hungry. You can just literally go out into the lobby area there, and we have a dining location there as well. So what services do our office provide beyond just assigning students to housing, right? So one of the things that I know is so important is the first few weeks a student comes to campus. It's an exciting time. It can be an anxious time, a nervous time, both for parents and students. And so one thing to let you know is that we know that there are some students that are going to come to campus. They're very much social butterflies, and they're going to immediately meet people, and they're just going to transition like seamlessly in a lot of ways. But then there are students that are more reserved. Maybe they're experiencing a little bit of homesickness, things of that nature. That's what we're here for. So not only the people that work in our main office here, but we have a staff of resident assistants who are upperclassmen students who we've hired to help our new students and our, upperclassmen students as well with that transition. So they're there to help get the student to come out of their room, connect them with other people on the hall or in the building that may have similar interests as them, take them to events, help them with that transition, answer questions they have. If they're struggling with anything, this is somebody they can talk to that's like a peer. They can relate to what they're going through because they themselves were a new student at Longwood at one point in time. So they plan events in the residence halls, fun things for the students to go to. Many of them involve free food because as a college student, why wouldn't you want free food, right? So, so they're there as a resource to build community. Because we do view this as the student's home. When parents come to campus, this is also part of your home. And we want the students to feel connected. At what other point in your life are you going to be able to walk out of your room, walk 2 doors down the hallway and go see your best friend? Okay, like it'd be great if everybody's life was like the show Friends, but like that's not what life is like, right? When you graduate. So this is a great time. Yes, you're going to learn in the classroom. Yes, you're going to experience all these amazing things and learning everything else. But also part of that experience are the friends that you're going to make for life, the people you're going to connect with, and they're going to be just as much a part of your Longwood experience as anything. So we are here to promote that, to support that, and to provide those services to students whenever they're struggling, because from time to time, we're all going to struggle. Even as adults, we struggle at times, right? So these are 17, 18-year-old college students. We know that there are going to be challenges, and we are here to help with that, to help them overcome those challenges and to build confidence, and there be a support for them. They're not on their own when they come to Longwood. There are a lot of people that care and a lot of people that want to help. So that's just something I want to make sure, that we understand. Our office is also a 24/7 operation. We have people staffed on call every single night. So if there's something a student needs in the middle of the night, there is somebody there to care for your student and to assist. Our office does not close. There is always somebody on call. And I'm one of the people that serves in that on-call rotation as well. So the important thing, when do we register for housing? So in early June, your student will get an email, both to their personal and their Longwood email account, with information on how to log in and register for housing. At the same time, Jesse Zanoska will also be reaching out to the honor students with a survey to determine who wants to stay in Wheeler, who's planning on signing up elsewhere. Even if you're going to live in Wheeler and you fill out Jesse's survey, also fill out your housing application online. Because one, your housing application, you're also going to sign up for your meal plan. So we want to make sure that we've got you on the meal plan that you want to be on. So your student will do both of those things. Students can request specific roommates. I know a lot of students meet other students on the class Facebook page. That's great. I love it. So as long as they request one another, we commit that we will assign them together. And if they have a specific suite mate request, like other students they want to share their bathroom with, they can put in those requests as well, and we will honor those requests. Many students don't have a specific roommate, and that's fine. Honors College does a roommate matching questionnaire for Wheeler. I do one on the Housing Gateway as well, in case there are students that want to live outside of Wheeler somewhere else, and I can match you up with another student. So so we're able to successfully either match them with someone or if they have a specific roommate request, we'll honor that for the students as well. So lots of options for the students. They can let us know what their first, second, and third building choice is. Obviously, if they request Wheeler, they're definitely guaranteed to be assigned in Wheeler. I will tell you with our other halls, most students get either their first or second choice. So if your student decides they want to live in Johns or Moss, they're probably going to be able to be assigned there. We've got a lot of space over there. If they want to be in Register and Sharp, same thing. What we do is we wait until we have all the housing applications from our students before we assign students. So that way I can look and make sure that the way we assign students will allow the most students to receive their first or second building preference. Last year, about 98% of our students got their first or second building preference, and 95% got their first. So we're very successful with that, and I'm very proud of that. That's something that we've been able to do the past several years. And I think the reason why is we have such a variety of housing to meet the students' needs. And because of that, we have students that want different things, and we're able to accommodate that with our class sizes and how many students are here. So, and I love that, because then when the students get their housing assignments, they're very excited about where they're living, and they're posting about it on social media and all that. And it just builds on that excitement in coming to Longwood. So we do spend a lot of time on that. If your student prefers a single room, they don't want to have a roommate, there is an option on the housing application to request that as well. So I want to be conscious of time and make sure we have enough time for financial aid to talk about some things this morning. So if you have additional questions, feel free to contact us. I will obviously be here if you have any questions today, and I can answer those. You can put them in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get to those before we get off of here. But if you have any other questions after today, feel free to contact me. I always love talking with families about coming to Longwood. And once you're here, I love talking to you as well. So thank you for your time this morning. And I look forward to meeting you in person sometime. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jean. As you can tell, she is the expert, and she's so accommodating and tries to get everybody what makes them feel the most comfortable. And so we'll have some time at the end for questions, but I do want to pass the baton on to Ms. Brittany Perkinson from Financial Aid. She's the Assistant Director. Welcome to your first honors preview with us. We're so
Thank you.
And you should be able to share your screen if you need it.
Okay, all right, let me go ahead and do that. Ooh, Jean's a tough one to follow. She always does such an amazing job every single time.
And while you're pulling that up, I just wanted to confirm, Jean, that in Wheeler, there's a rumor that we're getting new mattresses in Wheeler. And that's
not a rumor, that is fact. We always change the mattresses out every few years. So yes, we are replacing mattresses in Wheeler this summer.
So if they get Wheeler, it's their mattress basically, right? Is what I'm getting to, right? So because no one would have slept on that mattress.
Nope, not a single soul.
All right, unless I run around to every, no, I'm just kidding. Right, that is awesome. That is awesome.
All right, can everybody see my screen now? Yeah, okay, wonderful. So again, my name is Brittany Perkinson. I am the Assistant Director here in the Office of Financial Aid on campus. I've been in financial aid for about 5 years. And so today what I want to do is want to go over all of the highlights, what's happening with financial aid, what you can expect, answer some of those possible questions that you have as far as financial aid goes. So we'll go over some of those little highlights. And if you have questions, we can get those answered in the chat box afterwards. And I'll give you the contact information for our office as well. So first off, please know that our office is truly here to help in any way possible. Please always feel that you are welcome to give us a call. We understand that financial aid is not always the easiest thing to deal with. We are used to all of those questions, and I just want to make sure that everyone is comfortable reaching out to us and getting those questions answered. So starting off, I want to talk about the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA. I'm hoping that majority of you all have already filed it. It did open up on October 1st. Longwood's priority filing deadline is March 1st. So goodness, we're already almost at the end of February. So make sure if you haven't filed your FAFSA that you go ahead and do so now to ensure that you receive the most possible financial aid that you can, that you're eligible for. Keep in mind that you are required to file your FAFSA every year, so it's not just a one-time thing. And again, October 1st is when it opens. You can go ahead and get it out the way, and you don't have to worry about missing any deadlines. Now, if you have filed your FAFSA already, first off, kudos to you. That's wonderful. We always like to see people filing early. If you have done so, though, you should have potentially received an email yesterday from our office. We sent out lots of financial aid offers yesterday by email. When I say your financial aid offer, what this means is it has everything really that you possibly need to know about financial aid. So what you're being offered, so grants, scholarships, work study, federal student loans, federal parent loans, that could be the combination of financial aid that you're seeing. It's also going to talk about just the cost of attendance here at Longwood. So we are going to give you an estimate of what you can expect for this upcoming year. And we are going to do some of that legwork for you by breaking things down and in the end telling you what you're looking at potentially paying after different forms of especially free aid come off. Again, you should have received an email yesterday. If you haven't already, and maybe you filed your FAFSA more recently, just know that you will be receiving it. You are going to be able to see your financial aid offer within the email. It's going to be an open PDF that you can view. In that, it's going to explain that you can also view your financial aid on your My Longwood portal. And we're also going to be putting something in the mail. So be sure that you are checking your mail, paying attention to what you're receiving very closely, because that's going to be coming to you very shortly. Inside of your financial aid award, you're also going to have the option to set up a one-on-one appointment with one of our financial aid counselors to talk in depth about your financial aid offer. I'm sure some questions are going to come up, and maybe there's some things that we need to be aware of, or just questions that really maybe are not answered and you would like a walkthrough. We are more than happy to do so. That is what we are here for. So when you receive that, go ahead and set up a one-on-one appointment for one of our counselors, and we can answer some of those questions for you. In your financial aid offer, you may see where you're selected for a process called verification. So nearly a third of all of the FAFSAs that are submitted are chosen for this process. Please know that you did nothing wrong. It happens all of the time, and it's just to confirm the data reported on your FAFSA is accurate. We want to make sure that we are giving you the most possible financial aid. So we will let you know in your financial aid offer, and we'll let you know what documents you need to submit. It may be only one simple document, and it may be 2 or 3, just depending. And you're going to want to make sure that you submit all of the documentation before our May 11th deadline. When you're submitting those documents, we have a secure document upload feature on our website. So you can see on the slide where it says need to send us a document. That's exactly from our website, and you would just select financial aid document upload. You can take a picture of those documents and send it to us, and that is the link for it as well. But it's very easy to get to on our website, and our website also has just an immense amount of information concerning financial aid, frequently asked questions. It's really a good resource for you to look at. So I definitely suggest getting onto our website if you haven't done so already, and clicking through and looking at all of the different information. Next, I want to talk about 3 items that tend to come up quite often within our office. So scholarships, veteran benefits, and Virginia 529 plans. So we're thinking ahead, and you're wanting to make sure everything is taken care of ahead of time and in a timely manner. And so when it comes to scholarships, if a scholarship is received from an outside organization, it's really important that you let our office know about that. That way we can add it to the financial aid offer and adjust maybe loans that were offered or whatnot. So it's very simple. All you have to do is send us a copy of the award stating the scholarship that's being received and the amount, and just send us an email, or you can upload it with our secure upload feature. I also want to mention the honor scholarship received, and as far as merit scholarships through admissions, you will see on your financial aid offer as well. So those are actually combined. So I don't want you to see maybe the one and kind of panic that, you're not seeing both merit from admissions and your honor scholarship. So just keep in mind that it's just going to say honor scholarship and it's going to add those amounts together. When it comes to veteran benefits, it's really important that you reach out to the VA, understand the benefits that are being received and the criteria. The Cashiering and Student Accounts website has some really good guidance on how to go about starting that process with the VA and getting those funds to Longwood. I highly suggest you taking a look there. Because there are so many different types of benefits for veterans and military, it's hard to give you an overview. It's easier to give you an overview instead of details because of the different amounts of options that are out there for benefits. So definitely take a look there. You're going to want to reach out to the VA and you can start getting that process started. I do want to mention that our VA certifying official is Alicia Mosley. And so when you reach out to the VA and you start that process eventually, what happens is that is who's going to certify your enrollment. And that's going to be somebody that you're in contact with. So I definitely want to throw out that name so you know who is our VA certifying official. When it comes to VA 529 plans, so it's really important to know that if there's any portion of the bill being paid by the 529 plan, you need to contact your plan administrator and just arrange payment for Longwood. The process starts with them and they send the information to Longwood. So be sure that you reach out to them first. As far as what's coming up next, so make sure that you understand your financial aid offer, set up that one-on-one appointment with us to discuss everything if needed. Talk as a family about the cost of education and the plan to cover the cost. Not only will you see financial aid listed in the financial aid offer, but it's also going to talk about monthly payment plans that are offered through student accounts as well. So there are other forms of payment arrangements that can be made. Again, contact us if you need help. Make sure you log into the MyLoan portal and accept any loans that you wish to take. When it comes to federal loans, you do have to complete student loan requirements and parent loan requirements. Very simple. Everything is online and everything's on studentaid.gov. And lastly, if a Parent Plus loan is something that the parent wants to take out, those applications open up on June 1. So you do have quite a bit of time before that happens. And that gives everyone time to get a plan in place and discuss everything pertaining to financial aid. And everything, as far as I've mentioned on this slide, will also be listed for the most part in your financial aid offer. It is amazing. It covers so much information in there. And lastly, you can see our number on there in our email. So the main thing is just reach out to us. We are really here to help. We are excited for everybody, and we just want to help as much as we possibly can. So give us a call anytime you have any questions. Send us an email. We also have a chat feature on our website. We're not able to answer detailed questions, but if you have a general question, you can send us a chat on there, and you can also set up that one-on-one appointment. And that is it for me.
Great. Thank you so much, Brittany. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
So much. So we have some time now. Good news is the Longwood website is up, so you can see the itinerary. Parents, you're kind of sitting in Zoom with us. And so we have some time, a little break if you need a snack or a coffee or anything else. But that leaves us time to ask Brittany and Jean any questions. So if you want to put it in the chat, that's fine. We can address them there. But if you want to just kind of raise your hand and ask it, you can.
There are several in the chat, Jesse and Brittany.
Okay.
The first couple ones were, what if we still did not receive anything yesterday? And then another person, I think it can be linked to this, is I filed in October, but didn't receive anything yesterday. Any comments on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't received anything yet, I wouldn't be alarmed. Give our office a call. That would be my suggestion. Give us a call so we can look. There are sometimes things that happen when FAFSAs get filed and they're sent to us for just various reasons. And we will be continuing to send out financial aid offers as well. So this is kind of our first large population that is going out, but give us a call if you had filed that early and let us take a look at it and we'll get it all worked out.
I have 2 more questions in the chat.
Yep, I got them.
Okay.
So
Thanks, Jesse.
yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to take over, but
It's good.
to get your I already had the answer, so I'm keeping up with it. So for the Longwood portal, once you deposit, then you'll get you'll get an email for it. And so I'm going to put it in the chat right now if you're looking for that link. .edu/welcome home is that one. And then the other one, Brittany, is asking about our outside scholarships and honor scholarships applied to tuition or room and board. And it's really just your account, right?
Say that one more time, Jesse.
They're asking if the honor scholarships and the outside scholarships that are received are applied to tuition or room and board.
Yes, they are. And you will see that on your financial aid offer. What we try to do is we really try to break it all down so you can see it visually. And so it's going to take, you'll be able to see grants and scholarships, and that will always come off first for tuition and fees. And then any other forms of financial aid that have to be paid back, like student loans, you will see them last on there. So it should be very clear when you're looking at it.
Great. And then parents do not get a separate Longwood log in, I don't believe, but I'm confirming that with admissions right now. And then there's a question, do we only get a financial offer if we made a deposit?
No, everyone will get a financial aid offer as long as they have filed a FAFSA and been accepted at Longwood.
And then there's a great question about GPA requirement for the honors scholarship renewal. And so to stay in good standing in honors, you must have a 3.25 GPA. Now, if students, especially first year students, drop below that a little bit, we work with them to help them get their GPA. It's very rare that a student loses their honors scholarship after their first year. And so we just try our best to give everyone a little bit of grace as they're transitioning to college.
Hey, I'm going to ask a question because I think parents probably would want to know this one. So how do parents add themselves as an authorized user?
There we go. Thanks, Jean.
Okay, so that's a great question. That is actually through student accounts. As of right now, parents could call in and we can answer any question that they may have right now. But authorized user information can be found on the student accounts website because that specifically deals with student accounts alone.
Great. And then there's a question, if they wanted the scholarships to apply only to room and board, can they be done?
Only to room and board and not tuition and fees? Is that maybe because of a 529 plan? Maybe that would be my guess. So that is something, what you could do is you could call into our office and chat with us about it, and we'll be able to help you with that particular piece. I do want to mention, when I said that emails went out yesterday, they did go to students' personal emails. So make sure that that's where you're checking.
Awesome. Great. Does anybody else have any questions? No? All right, great. Well, we'll hang in here if you do have any questions, but we'll take that break and we'll meet back here on Zoom at 11. The students will still be in Gathertown to hall time, but parents and guests, you'll be seeing a presentation from our current students about some unique opportunities that they've had with honors and at Longwood. Oh, here's a question. If your student requires a single room due to a disability, is there an additional fee?
Sure. So there's a student who has a disability need, and you're working with our accessibility resources office on campus. They handle the accommodation also inside the classroom, any classroom accommodations on the academic side, and then also with housing. So you'll want to submit your documentation to their office. And then they communicate with me about any housing accommodation needs. And so if part of that accommodation is a single room, by law, because it's an accommodation, even though it's a single room, then you would still be charged the double room rate because it's an accommodation based upon accessibility needs. And if you have any other specific questions about that, feel free to reach out to me or Dana Kieran in accessibility resources, and we'd be glad to help you out with that.
Great. And so there's a question also, is there any specific support or engagement for those in honors, such as weekly meetings? So, well, there's over 400 students in the honors, but students can ask to have meetings time. They can sign up. We have there's a link in my signature if they want to meet with me. They can email us as far as support that way. There's really wraparound support in multiple ways. They get weekly emails. They get their own honors Canvas account, so they can see any information they want about honors. Their requirements are all on there for them. If there's any special events, we do, like Catherine can talk a little bit about programming if you like, but you can also hear from current students too about the support that they get. So it really starts with the leadership retreat and getting to know one another and forming those bonds for that support. But first year students are required to meet with me as their honors advisor. We go over their 4-year plan. We talk about how classes are going, what struggles they might be having. And so especially in that first semester, you get a lot of support. Honor students are also required to take an Honor Citizen 110 if they aren't dual enrollment with an associate's degree. And so you're in an honor section with honors faculty, and you get some extra support with them as well. And so there's a lot of different ways students can get connected. Within the leadership retreat, they have an honors upperclassman who's their mentor. And so you have someone who's, their peer to help them as well. So we try and get it from whatever side the student is most comfortable using. Someone asked Brittany, the financial aid packets, will it be sent to student and parent? And you said it was on the student email, right?
Yes. So it's only going to go out to the student's personal email address, and it can be found on the My Longwood portal. But there is something that's going to go out into the in the mail as well. So that if you received an email from us, that award letter should be sent this coming week. So it should be following very soon, coming in the mail for you guys.
Great, thank you. Somebody asked when the leadership retreat is, and if you look on your acceptance letter from honors, it tells you the date of moving is August 14th. It's a Sunday. And it's the leadership retreat is a requirement. So if you're an athlete, we make sure to work with your coach, and we go over a lot of that nitty-gritty over orientation.
Another perk is it gets moving early when it's not as large of a crowd coming in for new student movement. So parents will like that.
Yes. Yes, and we have our honors mentors moving you in. So just write down anything you don't want moved up into the room. They're really efficient. someone asked about an email acceptance. If you mean to honors, that they will only get an email acceptance to honors. But you'll receive, for Longwood's acceptance, you will receive something in the mail. You'll receive a packet. All right, great. Well, if that's it, we will thank Jean and Brittany again. Thank you so much for coming and joining us this morning. I will send out an email with everyone's contact information too, if you need it, but they're always here and willing to help out and answer your questions. So thank you all for coming in on a Saturday to be with us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, Jesse.
All right.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Nice to meet y'all.
Thanks, Jean.